Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's 11:04 on the 17th. We're just gonna go live here to see if anybody's gonna come by and watch tonight. We had a few people the other night when we did this. Hello, how are you? You made it, good. So I'm gonna do the one round anyway. Of course, no Clay tonight, so I thought I'd come on for a bit, like, and
deep rough here.
So how you been, fat girl? Good.
Maybe roll its way into the rough, possibly.
Oh, Chicago won tonight.
Well, missed the green on that.
So are they still last overall then, or?
Setting up here now for our third shot.
Oh, High School Musical 3. So how many are in the series now?
Wouldn't that be nice to save par on this one?
Three altogether, okay.
And hopefully we can make this for bogey.
So of course it's Vancouver and Philadelphia tomorrow. One of my friends, Dave Sorovic, is going to the game.
Bit of a sluggish start.
And I've known him since high school.
Above par, but
and neat thing is he's one of the host families for the Victoria Royals. So Victoria's main goaltender is staying at Dave's house with his family. So that's kind of neat. And Dave was a big Philadelphia fan back when you were in high school. But this is back in the 80s, of course. I think one of Shannon's friends too is going from work.
And we got around 220 to go from here.
There's a no chance we get, that's
true.
We're
not going to hit every green today. That's all right. This is our third shot.
But there's some other players too in the draft that are maybe not as good, but would still be good fits for the Canucks. Like,
yeah, this one's your fourth shot. $16 feet to the cup.
So I heard Demko tweak something in the practice. Did you hear anything about that? I think I was watching, it was Clay this morning. He had a video up. And he said something about Demko getting...
Going towards that hole. And that's for back-to-back bogeys, unfortunately. All right, 2 over par at the moment. Good luck on this par 3 hole.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how it plays out.
Second shot on the third.
Yeah, that's a good point. On Monday we'll get the lowdown.
Here's an 18-foot putt.
I just hope he can come back like next season and be as good or almost as good as he once was.
Oh, it's
like hopefully
there.
This isn't a career injury that's going to affect him the rest of his career like some players.
Short.
Like,
hopefully we can get this to drop. This one's for bogey. And you're 3 over on your round. We're teeing up on the 4th hole now.
I remember years ago,
that was a
this
drive.
is in the early 80s, my brother's first wife had a knee operation, right, and she was in her early 20s, like she was a gymnast, and like sure she got through the surgery and all that, but her knee was never the same, like, right? So I don't know what Demko's surgery was, but sometimes when you have surgery, they can fix it, but it's never the same, like.
Not sure where this one's going to end up. Could be rough. Okay, from the green side sand. Hopefully we get up and down from here.
Yeah, that's good if it's only minor, like. I always hit it too hard coming out of the.
And this one's your 4th. Coming through with the chip. Okay, positive thoughts. Let's save par right here.
That is it Chris Seifert? He was, he had a live stream earlier. He was playing hockey, actually.
And that'll leave you at 3 over for the day.
I think Bosser, because he isn't from the Minnesota area, I think he would kind of like to live closer to his family. Like, I know his dad passed away last year, like. Like, it really is too bad we can't somehow get Bedard, because he is local, right? He's from North Vancouver, isn't he? Like, I always think when the Canucks have a chance, if it's close in the draft, they should draft like a local player rather than from somewhere else. Only because that local player probably grew up like cheering for the Canucks since they were young, right?
Well, I can't hit all the greens. This is what our 3rd shot's looking like. And you've got this left for par on this one. Looking pretty good. And dropping it on into the cup for par. Currently 3 over.
Oh, that would be good if they could get somebody
and
like
this
that.
hole is a long par 4 hole.
So looking ahead to next year, I wonder who will be Demko's backup.
Good shot.
Will it be Delia or Martin, I wonder? Or will they go out and make a trade and get like maybe a veteran type goalie that can back up Demko, or maybe like a free agent signing? I guess it all depends who's available for how much.
Okay, that one's on the green, and that's about it.
I think it would be so neat to be at the draft, the day of the draft, and if you were able to be at the table where all the Canucks brass are, like, in making the decision. It'd be kind of interesting to even be in one of the meetings ahead of time, like. Because they got scouts all over the place, like. And another person has come in, and I wonder who that is. Is that Shannon, maybe? Because I knew I let her know that this was on.
And in the hole. Okay, 3 over par for you.
Yeah, it is kind of.
And the wind is picked up. We got a tailwind to deal with. That was a tee shot. Just spanked it. We are about 140 yards out.
I wonder if Travis Greenweber get another job in the NHL coaching, like, or Jim Benning as a general manager somewhere. I don't know.
As bad as I thought it was. You'll be fine.
I think Green might as an assistant somewhere.
To say the least. Hopefully, he can this.
I remember Mike Gillis, the guy before Benning, and the guy before him, which was Dave Nonis. They never made it back to the NHL as a head guy. I remember when Brian Burke was our general manager, he went to Anaheim and they won the cup.
Oh, flying by the hole.
Well, that'd be kind of neat. See, at least if he goes to a team like Pittsburgh,
okay, 26
like Alvin and
here.
Rutherford, they know those, like the players in that system, so they could have someone in mind that maybe other people may not know about that as much as they do. You know the thing I don't like about all these general managers when they get fired and they change, like
here is
as we know, they traded away Horvat and they decided to keep Miller, right? But maybe a different GM
this one's tracking.
would have done the opposite. Maybe they would have signed
as a bogey.
Horvat, right, instead of Miller, like, because maybe 2 years from now the owners of the Canucks could decide to change the managers again, right? Bring somebody else in, and they would have done things differently. But I guess you could say that with any manager, though, I guess. The one guy I kind of wish they'd kept was Brian Burke, because like I said, after he left us, he went to Anaheim and he won the cup. Right, that's too bad.
Don't worry about it. We'll be on the green eventually. Okay, and from the sand.
Yeah, I always like Bo, like when he was drafted, like if you've, like, I don't know if you remember him being drafted, but if you search on YouTube, Bo Horvat draft, like when he was drafted in New Jersey for the.
Okay, here's our third shot.
Yeah, because the Canucks, they traded Corey Schneider. That's right. Yeah, that's right. In New Jersey for the 9th overall pick.
All right, let's tap this in and move to the next.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Okay, well putt. Now let's move on. And sitting at 5 over par for the day.
Yeah, I remember when they drafted Trevor Linden back in '88, because that's when the Dan Russell show was in its heyday. And in the days prior to that, it was either him or Modano going first overall. Of course, the Minnesota North Stars, it was in those days, right? They went to Dallas eventually. They were, like, everyone was debating who's going to go first, who's going to go second.
Second shot here on the
right? And the Canucks, in the end, they said, we'll be happy with either player, right? But in the end, they got Linden, and after that, they said that was the guy they wanted all along. I just hope they keep him too. I just hope he wants to be here too. Like, that's the big thing. Like, but if they make him captain, he might.
This one's your third.
But it's all money, like, hey, it's all.
This could take you down to 4 over par. Here's a 7-foot putt. There it is. Five over par currently. All right, time to attack this back nine, teeing up on hole number 10.
Yeah, we've never ever had the first overall pick. Like, we had Linden second overall in '88, 1990, Peter Nedved. But apparently we're part of the Sedin. No, even when we got Sedin's, that was second and third, right? Yeah. Daniel and Henrik Sedin. But we knew the people that had the first pick were going to take... was it Pavel Brendel? I think went first overall that year, wasn't it? Or yeah.
Heading a little bit to the left on the approach. And this is your third shot.
Brooks said the 19 was the worst first round draft in history. Yeah, that's true, except for the Sedins, I guess, if you look at the people that played it.
You have a very long putt ahead of you here.
It's interesting when you look back in books or online, the different draft, like hockey database for the drafts, like what players were drafted where, and quite often there's players in the top 10 that only played a handful of games.
Right by. Good luck here. This is for par.
The character in the golf, yeah.
Okay, we're moving to the next.
Yeah, when you make the character, you can choose the body shape and size and face of it. Like when I had an older version of this, like the 2010 version on the PlayStation 3, you could actually take a picture of yourself and upload it to a server, which was kind of neat. Like, He does look like Petey, yeah. Just this guy's a bit taller, I think.
A tee shot. This one's about 175 to the pin.
Oh, the tomorrow, I think it's going to be
a little off on that approach, but
Miller.
Okay.
And you know, it'll be in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Okay, third shot.
Who do you think's going to get it? And I think it'll be like, I guess, a 4-3 Vancouver win, maybe? Yeah. The other goalie for Philadelphia, that's like Carter Hart.
16 feet.
And he played for the Everett Silvertips. I actually met him after one of the playoff games when they played the Royals several years ago now. That was kind of neat to meet him. Because we went to the, me and some of my friends went to the players come out at the end.
It's heading towards the hole.
Like where their dressing room was. And we saw another player and we said, can you get Carter Hart out to talk for a sec so we can get pictures and some autographs?
Okay, that putt's done.
Right, and they said, Hartsy, there's somebody here to see you. And he comes out, we get our picture, and that was kind of neat.
And teeing it up now on the 12th.
I should find that picture somewhere and print it out and put it on my wall. Like, same with the Leon Draisaitl one I got. The Royals played tonight. They played Saskatoon, and they lost. I think it was 6-4. But I decided to stay home and rest up, because I do got to be at work at 8:30 in the morning. But it shouldn't be that busy. We don't have any orders at the catering company. So Sandeep, the other guy that's coming in, said, well, we just clean the vans or something. Like,
here we go. Let's save par on this one.
Yeah, so they got 3 Honda Odysseys and 1 big white box van. So we'll clean the boss's van first, I guess. He went to Whistler for the week. Then he's going to go to Italy for a spring break, so that'd be interesting for him.
There's your par. And you're currently 6 over par. Wind's blowing right in our face on this one.
We do have a second person watching now. But see, the chat I see is just on the PlayStation. It's not like the chat we see in the Clay streams. Like,
I think this one's fairway bound.
I don't know if I can.
And here's our second shot on the 13th.
Yeah, I'll send you that after. I get why people from up north like going to Vancouver a lot, even if it's... Yeah, my brother lives in a town on the border called Grand Forks, and it's like a real small town. About maybe 2,000 people live there. But in some ways I like the small towns because there's not as much traffic and just
beach bound.
But I can see what you mean. You don't have the stores up there, like you don't have the.
Fingers crossed for a nice up
and down. Or up north, they don't have like the Home Depot or the WalMarts or.
This is your 4th shot. Eight-footer here in front of us.
See, Victoria's nice, but if you want to go anywhere, like you got to get off the island. Like even to go to that Clay thing, I had a. Oh, you have a Walmart in your city though, or? I know they have them up north, but yeah, Walmart's a good store. But even to go to the clay thing, I had to be on the 9 o'clock
Best of luck here on this
ferry, I think it was, right? Yeah, 9, yeah, that's what it was. And I had to be up here. I had to leave my condo around 7:30 to get to the ferry by 8. Oh, you got a Walmart, so your town isn't that. It isn't too small then. But I know what you mean. Like you don't have the big malls like we do here, and
okay, there you go. Yeah, setting up about 220 yards away.
See, if they ever built a bridge, which they've talked about forever, the closest point is actually up north on the island. You have to go up past even Camel River. But then when you get on the other side, there's not much on the other side. So, but I kind of wish what's going on here? I kind of wish the ferries ran like 24 hours a day, like, or even every 2 hours. Like, I know back in Expo 1986, when Expo was in Vancouver, and I think the Commonwealth Games were on when they were here in 94, they had a midnight boat. And to encourage people to take the midnight boat, it was like half price.
Here we go, greenside rough, we got this.
Oh, the build-up area, you know, I don't think we have any in Victoria, we might, but I definitely saw one at the Tawasin Mills
on the chip shop.
Shopping center just before the ferries, like when I was in there a couple years ago. Whenever I've been to Tawasin Mills, I've been on the way home from my sister's, like, and it's just in and out in like 20 minutes type thing. Right, next time I go where I always tell myself I'm going to spend time and do that and go to the IKEA in Richmond near where Clay lives. Like,
you got a left to right cross breeze on this hole.
Like, I think you saw the video when I went over to Monkey Nine, how close it is from the ferry. Like, that was kind of crazy. It wasn't that far from the ferry at all. Like, and Clay doesn't live too far from where that Monkey Nine is, just down that same road.
Well, that'll do for now. All right, setting up from 33 feet.
Yeah, flying's the best way to get to Vancouver. You can afford to do that rather than driving, because it's a long drive. You have to take 2 ferries. Where's the second ferry?
Oh.
I remember years ago when we flew to Toronto with the school kids, we had to fly to Kelowna, BC first.
This is your look at par?
To like it was like sort of like a stop and go. Like, we didn't get off the plane. We just picked up some other passengers. It took us like 45 minutes to get to Kelowna from the Victoria airport. Like, not that far, like not that long.
Let's just pop this in and grab a bogey. Currently sitting at 8 over. Careful out there. We got a tailwind blowing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. From Victoria, first one from Prince Rupert, yeah. From Victoria, first one.
I don't know. This one could go either way.
And for me to take the van over for the clay trip, it was like, it's basically $90 each way. But when I went over, since I booked ahead of time, right, well, I had a reservation going both ways, but I did the Super Saver fare because certain sailings you get a 50% discount. So it only cost me like $50 to go over there with the van, but it's non-refundable. Right, so you got to be careful on that.
Right,
like
from the fairway bunker, let's see how this goes.
Like if you just drive up and wait, like you could have you could have a sailing wait or two. Just a couple more holes here, and I'm hoping to make it to Clay's meetup. But what's
okay for the save?
What's more important, you know what? When I went to the Jersey game last year, it was really exciting. It was really fun to be there and all that. But we had the great seats down in the club seats that they talk about. But I enjoyed it just as much at the meetup, because where I sat at the meetup, there was this huge screen. Like, it's more than a TV screen; it's a projection screen. Right, and it's just as exciting, right? And you get to see the people in the stream too. Like
now on the 17th.
It's too bad there wasn't a situation where you could make it down to the coast and see like see a meetup. Then a couple of days later, if they were playing a home game, go to the Canucks in person. Like,
there we go. Good shot. Way to chip that one close. Well done. And this one is for the bird. Okay, time to head over to the next hole. Okay, 7 over par after that one. And blowing left to right on this one.
When you're at the meetups, they do have the sound on for the game, but it's kind of hard to hear because like everyone's talking, which is great and all that. Like, it's not a complaint at all, but yeah, but even when you're at the game, there's no play-by-play anyway. But it is really impressive in that arena.
Yeah,
like when they
at about 230 yards or so.
Like when the Canucks scored the first goal of the game I was at, like when that horn goes off, it's pretty loud, and it's like even during the player introductions, it's loud in there, like, and all the stanchions light up and all that. And but if you look up high in the rafters, like the arena, it is looking, it's aged. Like it was opened up in '95, right? So it is getting up there. Yeah, that would be great to see those teams. Because the old Coliseum, I think it opened up in 1967 or 68, and they played in there to about 1995, 94, 95 was their last season. They moved into the new arena, which is way better, but it is, I don't know if it's as modern as, well, it's not as modern as some of them, like it's, but when you're outside the arenas, you've probably seen it on TV. There's all these tall condos or apartment blocks. It's just, it's kind of intimidating. Like when I'm not used to that, it's kind of.
This putt's tracking.
Yeah.
Okay, you dropped the putt, and we're done here. All right, we're done here, and at the end of the day,
well, that was fun. I think I'm going to call it a night because it is 11:40 and I got to go to work
Thank you so much
tomorrow. So thanks for stopping by, Fangirl. We'll see you at the next stream. I really appreciate you coming in. Hopefully next time I'll get a couple more people. There was 2 or 3 people watching tonight. So see you on Clay's stream on Monday. Thanks.